Oh, there we go. I think maybe it's working. I'm just going to give it a minute to see. All right, we're good. Okay. So hopefully you can all hear me. You can leave a comment and I'll hopefully see it. Welcome to my very first live Christmas in July, and we're gonna make some Christmas cards on Canada Day. Happy Canada Day. Very exciting. So we are going to be playing with the Perfectly Plaid set and punch. So many versatilities. This is in the main catalog, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. So we're going to play around with this for a couple of days and hopefully inspire you for some great Christmas cards and other ideas for some other things. So found this in Pinterest. It's great. Love Pinterest. So we've got, this is Real Red. Oh, I'm never good with dimensions. I think it's 4 1/4 by 11. I'll have to double check. We've got our Whisper White that we've embossied with like a wood grain kind of finish. So we'll go ahead and put that on. My tape is not cooperating. Gotta tell you, feeling very nervous doing this for the first time. Big shout out to Marianne Cowan, who does this every day and makes it look seamless and fantastic, and I don't know how she does it. So then the idea is we're going to put this, but I really liked this ribbon, so I'm going to wrap the ribbon around. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue there to sort of hold her in place. Yeah, it looks good. Looks good, looks good. And then of course more, I'm waiting for my delivery. So we're gonna just put that right there. All right, how's that looking? And then I went ahead and heat embossied this so that it has a little bit of a sparkle to it. And this is also from a punch. So I really like punches because it makes it so much simpler, especially if you're thinking of doing multiple cards. Then punches can make things a lot easier. I should have some Christmas music in the background. I wish I had a nice... So I'm just sort of going to put that in the middle there. And then this guy, I was checking him out and already glued him down. So this is from that punch. So you can take some designer paper. You'll see in another post I've used wrapping paper. So whatever you like that is festive, you just slide her in there and you can punch, and it makes this great punch. So also in the set comes these great stamps. So I punched out the green and then, or I stamped it first in black, and then I punched it out. And I've got my little tray of goodies because I've been taught well. So a lot of these trees have been heat embossed with white or gold. I did some vellum, Did some Whisper White with some old olive ink. So play around with, we can play around with what we like the look at. So I thought something like that would be nice. Maybe I'll pop up one of them. I don't know. I tried to do as much as I could ahead of time because I didn't know how long things were going to take. So I think I'll pop that one up. And I was working on one card and I had issue with my equipment. It decided it was too hot and didn't want to work anymore. So then I had to run around and figure out what I was going to do. And then it decided it was going to work again. So I've got these nice little red jewels that are also in the main catalog. And we're going to talk about, as soon as my order gets here, we can talk about some of the Christmas stuff in the new catalog. It's beautiful. So do something like that. And maybe one or two on my little Christmas tree here. One more. Have to have the rule of 3. A good rule of 3. There you go. And then I punched out these little stars, but I don't know if we want them on all of the trees or maybe just one of the trees. I don't know. What do you guys think? Maybe the outside ones, leave the inside one plain. Sure. Sounds good. Let's do that. There we go. There we go. All right, there we go. Now for the inside, I thought if we go to the corner, not too far to the corner, and stamp it out, when we glue it on inside, you can see the pop out. If I had lots of time, maybe I could even stamp that in there as well. So, but I have some other cards to do, so maybe not today. So we'll just center that in there. There we go. Jingle all the way. I think that's very cute. All right. Next card was the one that my heater decided it wasn't going to work. So for this card, we are going to fold in half. So I am waiting on a new cutter, so my edges are a little, I'm going to turn it over. And this one is Shaded Spruce. And I will try and do better about getting dimensions for people. If people are interested in dimensions, I will try and do that. I must admit, I don't always do that, so I will work on that. And then I took a Whisper White and I did embossing. This is called Subtle, just a subtle embossing. I don't know if you can see it. It's really nice. It's very subtle. It just adds a real subtle texture. And then in the new Christmas catalog, there is some gorgeous plaids, but I had some plaid left over from last year, but I'm trying to save. So some people might just do a full strip, but I'm going to do little bits. So the idea, where did it go? So the idea is that this is going to go on either one end and the other, like that. So again, I found this idea on Pinterest and I just sort of adapted it. So here it is. So the idea is that we're going to do trees along. So what I did was I took a sticky note and just cut a bit of a line, mountain you can say, so that it wasn't a straight across. And then I know that I want my Merry Christmas to go down here near the bottom, so that's where my sticky note is going to go there. And then for my inks, for my trees, I have shaded spruce and garden green, so I can have a bit of variation of dark and light. Ink that up. And then you can just sort of put it where you would like it to go. So then when I was finished doing this, I was looking and I had a couple of options to do along the edge just to sort of fancy it up a bit. Oh, I like that. So then when you take this off, you've got a nice spot to put your greeting. So I had a few options. So originally in the original post, they had this snowfall puffy, and it took me a few attempts. The first attempt was great, but I got some of the puffy stuff on the trees. Then my second attempt, I forgot to shake it really well. And then by the time I had left it a bit too long, and so the liquid had sort of seeped, the ink had sort of seeped into it, so that didn't turn out all that great. And then my machine decided to quit before I actually got this one done. So then I thought, well, I could do a nice gold ribbon or this really pretty shimmery ribbon. But I think because we've got some gold in here, we can use the gold ribbon. We can just sort of put that across if we want. Or we can do the puffy paint there. So I'll wait and see if anyone has any ideas of what they would like. I think I'll trim this one here and do both. So we can decide which one we like the look of better. So this one you end up having that straight across kind of effect, whereas this one does have sort of the lines going around. All right. And for the same for this one, I'm just going to clean off my ink. I was going to go with a really simple little Merry Christmas. I think we'll do it in the night of navy. just to sort of pull in some of the blue from the plaid. So just really simple. So then what do you guys like better? Do you like that one? Or do you like that one? Okay, so while you're doing that, I was going to do another tree, or we can take a tree from here that I thought we would sort of add beside. So like we could add something like that. I like that one. So I'm going to put a bit of snail here so I can adhere my edge. I'm pretty lucky because this has got the plaid on it, so I can sort of see where to line it up. There we go. Glue everything down. I think I might need a glue dot underneath to keep that from wiggling around a little bit. Just a little glue dot like that. And then I had this tree, I had a bow, I could put the bow, or just the tree. All right, and we will pop up this tree. I put my dimensionals in a very good spot. No, I can't find them. It feels so weird to be talking to myself while doing this, I must admit. But it is fun. There we go. Now, I also had, in this set, it has like little acorns, or pine cones, sorry, little pine cones. So we could put some little pine cones and a little leaf. I know it's not quite the right leaf with the pine cones, but I wonder if anyone will really notice. I don't know, too much? Maybe we'll leave it. But I did, so this is the frosted white. It's basically the Wink of Stella in paint form. And what I like about it is I take this as, so I'll take the small tip end, and I'm gonna do little dabs. So it looks like it's snowing. And it'll just be really subtle. There we go. I'm not sure where the pine cones. I might come back to it though. That's cute. So there you go. So we could have used this one, and I might use this one for another card. And the same idea, put the other tree, put that one. So you have some options in terms of, you can use a ribbon, you can use the puffy glue. All right, last one. Very last one. So we've got Night of Navy, and that will be our inside piece. This is 2 by, I don't know, I will have to write it down. Oh dear. And then the top piece, we can either do like these ones here, or you can do the plaid, which is also in the set, which is really nice. But I thought we could try similar to the other one with the tree across. So I'm just going to take my that's why there's 2 sides of a piece of paper. I'm going to basically put my paper down because I don't want to get it all over the place. And I'm going to wipe my hands because I don't want ink on everything. So we're going to use the same colors as before. We're going to use Shaded Spruce and Garden Green. I thought they look nice. And we're just blocking it where you think. Like that. There you go. Like that. So I'll take that off. All right. Put that on the card. I was worried I bumped the camera there for a second. Now for this one, I had a blue ribbon. Like I said, she makes it look so, everyone on the screen when they do it, they make it look so much smoother and seamless. It's remarkable. So this one, I was going to put this piece on. Like that. And then I went ahead and heat embossied it white, the Merry Christmas, because I thought that looked nice. So I'm going to pop that up. that. So we could sort of put it to the side, and then I have this one here. Or I could just leave it. And then anyway, I had this one here to show you because you could also tuck that in. So you'd have a different look using the plaid. Using the plaid here to make the plaid trees there. Or you could have this look here. Do that. And then full of red gems. Keeping it on there. All right. And then on the inside, you could do the same thing on the inside, that just take a little bit of the, and just do a little bit in the corner there like that. Yeah, there you go. You could even do the envelope if you wanted to too. So there you go. Put that inside. And that is a bit bigger, so I'll wait. All right. So those are the 3 cards that we made today with the perfectly plaid and the punch. We've got Jingle All the Way with our punches. We've got something a bit more subtle. And then I've got that one there too with the heat embossed. There you go. Well, thank you very much for joining. If you're rewatching it later, please let me know. If there is anything that you have any questions or that I could improve upon, please feel free to leave a comment or send me a message. And hopefully we'll see you again tomorrow. I'm going to be doing this Monday to Friday every evening at 7 o'clock. Going over the new products from the new Christmas catalog as it comes in. And just have fun, something a little different, having Christmas in July. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you again soon.